Arisolder here. This video covers how to safely clean resin prints with IPA in an ultrasonic cleaner. The two resins pictured are emerald blue from Tech and black Super PCS from 3D Materials. We will start by removing the print from the build plate. I prefer doing this in a utility sink that drains into a chemical holding tank. One of the basic rules of resin printing is to not pour any resin or contaminated fluids down a drain that connects to a municipal sewer or a septic system. However, this setup is similar to a laboratory in the sense that this sink is completely isolated and designed to prevent environmental contamination. The creation of this system will be touched on in a future video. The supports can be cleanly removed with flush cutters to help prevent craters, but removing them by hand is certainly fine. I prefer removing the supports by hand so long as the quality will not be drastically impacted. This also gives me the opportunity to gauge the durability of the resin and the strength of the bond connecting the support to the part. If you plan on removing supports by hand, your nitrile gloves should be thicker than 4 mil, otherwise they will be more vulnerable to tearing. I use 4.5 mil disposable gloves or 15 mil gloves. The 15 mil gloves can be reused if you double glove with disposables and clean the gloves after each printing session. Before putting prints into the ultrasonic cleaner, we want to remove as much of the uncured resin as possible. The chemical holding tank allows us to use water in addition to IPA and degreasers like Mean Green or Dawn Heavy Duty Degreaser. This process usually starts with a small amount of IPA before removing the supports, a degreaser after removing the supports, water to wash off the degreaser, IPA as a final wash, and drying with a paper towel. Any process like this will remove most of the uncured resin, which can allow the IPA for the ultrasonic cleaner to be used for multiple sessions. The main reason that IPA is not placed directly into the ultrasonic cleaner is that it will release fumes that can ignite, especially if the unit has a heating element. Instead, the ultrasonic cleaner should be filled halfway with water, and the IPA will be in any zipper bag that fits the resin print. 91% IPA is a reasonable choice since it is more effective than 70%, but half the price of 99%. Once the print and IPA are in the bag, we will manually pull a vacuum. Start by closing most of the zipper and holding one finger in the small open section. This allows air to escape while your other hand presses the rest of the bag into the water. Work the bag around in the water until most air pockets are out of the bag. Then continue lowering the bag in the water before closing it. Generally, the bag will want to float up, so you will need something to weigh it down. I usually just use the basket that comes with the ultrasonic cleaner if the print is not fragile. You could even use something as simple as a small rock. Using a glass jar or a closed container instead of a bag is also an option. The ultrasonic cleaner should run for a few minutes, and if the IPA or the print appear dirty, you can repeat the process with fresh IPA. After drying, you can go ahead and cure the print. Except for some of the thin walls of this model crumbling, these prints are very clean after one run. Our IPA that is fairly clean and has little debris, like the left and middle bags, can be reused for cleaning another print. This is one of the benefits of the pre-cleaning that we did earlier in the video. As for the bag on the right, it needs to be recycled. The safest way to recycle the IPA is to use filtration, but filters alone are imperfect. Instead, distillation can recycle IPA back into a crystal clear liquid. I will cover how to safely do this in another video. The most prominent documentation mentioning the use of an ultrasonic cleaner in this manner comes from a NASA technical brief 50 years ago. It essentially states that our method in this video is one way to safely use flammable solvents without a ventilation hood or condensing system. Even so, to further safety and minimize fire risk, the ultrasonic cleaner can be operated outdoors on a table, it should be placed away from walls and flammable materials, and there should be a fire extinguisher nearby. Now I will demonstrate what a smaller fire and an ultrasonic cleaner could look like. If there is any topic you would like me to cover, just comment below. Thanks for watching, guys and gals. Aerosolder, out.